A sudden disciplinary decision by the North American League involving Lionel Messi has completely blindsided the entire football world, immediately sparking a fierce and highly passionate debate among the most prominent sports newspapers across the globe. While a portion of the international press views the Argentine superstar's heated actions as a clear exaggeration, the vast majority of the footballing world senses a deep injustice in the controversial way local Major League Soccer authorities handled the entire incident on the pitch. Tensions quickly flared behind closed doors in the stadium corridors, leaving opinions sharply and aggressively divided among experts. If you are truly passionate about the incredible legacy of the greatest of all time and want to stay completely updated on every single detail of this unfolding case, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now and drop a comment explaining which side of this massive controversy you stand on. The highly anticipated final disciplinary decision by Major League Soccer to hand down nothing more than a simple financial fine to Lionel Messi, completely ruling out any potential match suspension after the chaotic physical altercation against Philadelphia Union, has poured absolute fuel on the fire across the international sports media. The heated controversy quickly took on global proportions, driving a massive wedge between the editorial boards of the world's most influential sports newspapers. The critical play, which unfolded deep into stoppage time of the match, featured an incredibly tense and physical battle between the Argentine icon and Quinn Sullivan, leading to a heavy collision where the rival player left his elbow flying right next to the face of the Inter Miami captain. Right away, swept up in the intense heat of the moment, the legendary number 10 marched over to demand an explanation, putting his hands near his opponent's face. Even though video replays clearly show a contact completely lacking in serious physical violence, serving more as a stern warning than an assault, league officials still chose to define his actions under their strict policy regarding physical contact to an opponent's face, targeting the head or neck of opponents. Back in Argentina, the public reaction was instantaneous, characterized by an intensely emotional defense of their hero coupled with deep outrage. Highly respected media outlets like the famous Diario Olé, Tick Sports, and the dedicated sports section of La Naissance loudly proclaimed that while a mere financial penalty was the only fair choice to avoid an unjust suspension, they bitterly criticized the erratic standards of the refereeing crew and the league hierarchy. According to sports journalists in the superstar's home country, there was an incredibly obvious double standard in how the entire physical altercation was evaluated. Furious Argentine reporters openly questioned the exact reason why the Philadelphia Union player did not face any disciplinary action whatsoever, despite clearly starting the whole confrontation with his dangerous elbow, while also pointing out the highly controversial decision of the league to completely rescind the red card given to Quinn Sullivan, all while keeping other heavy penalties active from that exact same match. The overwhelming sentiment running through the entire Argentine media coverage is that Lionel Messi continues to be targeted with far harsher scrutiny and completely disproportionate penalties simply because of his legendary towering status in global football. Meanwhile, over in Spain, the coverage from renowned sports newspapers such as Marca and AS, alongside Mundo Deportivo and Sport, adopted a highly analytical and historically comparative approach. These prominent Spanish publications quickly looked back at the superstar's legendary career during his golden years at Barcelona to provide some crucial context. The Spanish media was quick to emphasize that over more than 20 illustrious years competing at the absolute pinnacle of European club football, Lionel Messi has consistently maintained an exemplary disciplinary record, very rarely finding himself dragged into major on-field altercations or physical confrontations. Reports in Spain strongly emphasized that this sudden reaction from the Argentine was merely an isolated incident, born purely from the relentless, elite competitive drive that the legendary athlete still fiercely maintains while playing over in the United States. Furthermore, Spanish journalists openly celebrated the exciting fact that avoiding any form of suspension guarantees the footballing genius will be fully available for the highly anticipated upcoming match against Toronto, allowing fans to continue witnessing his passionate quest for that first crucial victory following some very tough, hard-fought recent matches. Over in the United States, the main focus of ESPN alongside The Athletic and CBS Sports, immediately shifted toward the potential commercial fallout, strict league rules, and the overall global brand image of Major League Soccer. American sports journalists analyzed the situation with strict analytical rigor, praising the firm stance taken by the disciplinary committee in enforcing the league's official code of conduct. At the same time, domestic analysts quietly admitted that suspending the single greatest player in the history of soccer right now in America would cause a massive, devastating blow to television viewership, live ticket sales, and overall commercial appeal for the upcoming rounds. Meanwhile, local journalists closely covering Inter Miami focused heavily on the immense sense of relief felt by both the coaching staff and the fans, highlighting the absolutely incredible physical condition of Messi, who, even while dealing with the intense pressure of the ongoing disciplinary hearing, put on a masterclass in training by scoring a breathtaking, weak foot volley with his right leg. Meanwhile, over in France and England, the media narrative shifted back and forth between sharp criticism of the league's apparent leniency and absolute fascination with the veteran playmaker's unwavering on-field performance, proving once again that absolutely every single piece of news surrounding the legendary number 10 completely captivates the entire sporting planet. The lasting impact of this disciplinary decision by the American League extends far beyond the mere financial penalty handed to the legendary number 10, serving as definitive proof of the monumental, earth-shaking impact behind every single action taken by the greatest player to ever grace the pitch. While the financial fine itself, this secret fine, an undisclosed amount, was widely interpreted by leading analysts as nothing more than a desperate bureaucratic stunt by Major League Soccer officials to assert some institutional control. But the real story, Hitch reveals a Lionel Messi completely immune to outside pressures, fiercely focused on maintaining his absolutely stratospheric level of play. The official confirmation that he would play in this crucial showdown against Toronto FC brought a massive sense of relief, not just for the Inter Miami coaching staff and the roaring crowd in sunny Florida, but also for the league executives themselves, who are fully aware of the astronomical damage to global television viewership, ticket sales, and commercial appeal that the absence of this Argentine genius would trigger across the globe, even as he battles deep personal grief and heavy emotional exhaustion. Following the devastating, painful loss of his father Jorge, the Argentine captain continues to show a level of resilience and professionalism that is completely unmatched. His on-field performances, even long after securing the World Cup trophy in Qatar, remain at a standard that seems almost impossible for any other footballer in the world, consistently hitting an astonishing tally of 3 goals and 2 crucial assists in just 5 demanding matches played between Major League Soccer and the league's cup. The elite winning mentality of the number 10 remains completely untouched, turning his daily routine at the training facilities into a masterclass of world-class, breathtaking football skills. Clear, undeniable proof of this relentless dedication happened during the recent training sessions at the Inter Miami facility, when the superstar absolutely stunned the coaching staff with a moment of sheer genius, trapping the ball with effortless grace on his chest, setting himself up with his left foot before firing a sensational right-footed volley straight into the far top corner, proving once again that even his weaker foot is capable of producing unforgettable works of pure art. To elevate the buzzing atmosphere around the club, the squad is celebrating the highly anticipated return of forward Germán Berterame, Messi's prolific attacking partner. Almost a month has passed since that terrifying, dramatic incident back in late July against Montreal, where the striker suffered a severe concussion following a brutal, bone-chilling clash of heads on the field. He lost consciousness right there on the grass and was rushed away in an ambulance directly to the hospital. But now, he has finally received full medical clearance to return to action. In emotional accounts about the terrifying scare, the 27-year-old forward admitted that his vision simply went completely black at the exact moment of the impact, only waking up inside the emergency ambulance, remembering the pure panic and desperation his family felt as they watched those terrifying graphic images unfold on live television. Now fully recovered, healthy, and happy, the striker is back with the group led by the Argentine superstar ready to combine forces and fight for that critical first victory in this next phase of the season. This strong team unity, combined with the guaranteed presence of their legendary captain, smooths the way for Inter Miami to cement their dominance and captivate a massive global audience. All this ongoing debate among newspapers in Spain, Argentina, the United States, France, and England only highlights how the mere presence of Lionel Messi shakes up the global press and commands absolute attention across the sporting world. This whole international controversy simply proves once more the immense power of this genius, showing that his influence on the pitch is entirely untouchable. To follow every dramatic turn of the greatest of all time and track the captain's high-stakes journey with Inter Miami, make sure to subscribe and share your thoughts below. Until next time.